Hello everybody, welcome back for my first test ride of 2017. Today I'm going for a spin on this, the GSX-S1000. This is my first time riding a 1000cc, and to say I'm excited is a little bit of an understatement. Anyway, let's get on it, take it for a spin, and I'll tell you a bit more about it. Okay, before we get moving, let's talk about this dash a little bit. I rode the Suzuki SV650 a little while back, and from what I can see, the dash is pretty similar. You can see you've got rev counter across the top there. You've got speed in the middle, a gear position indicator. The major difference to the SV650 is the TC here. So this bike has traction control, 3 settings and an off. Other than that, pretty standard instrumentation. You've got a mode selection button over here for all those traction control settings. It also cycles through a few of the things on the dash. I know a lot of people talk about these Renthal fat bar handlebars as a nice feature. I like the look of those, they look plenty sturdy. Anyway, enough chat. Let's ride it. Here we go, folks. GSX S1000. Oh mama. Alright. Okay, so before I get to talking about this bike, just quickly, I try to review bikes on a reasonably regular basis, so if you enjoy this video, go check out my bike review playlist. I've also got a playlist just for entry-level, beginner, learner, whatever you call them in your country bikes. So if you're shopping around for your first bike, go have a look at that playlist, and hopefully that'll help you if you're looking for your first machine. Back to this thing, the GSX S1000. Okay, so essentially what we've got here is the motor out of an old GSX R1000. They call it the K5, which is from about 2005. So it's a pretty old design, but we don't really care about that because it's so damn good. I'm just going to back off a little bit here so that I can enjoy this corner a little bit more. Yeah, so what we're looking at here is the engine out of an old school GSX-S1000, put in an upright, naked bike. Pretty good formula if you ask me. This is the entrance to a highway. So this should give me a nice little opportunity to try out the acceleration. Like I said, first time on 1000, so nervous, excited, all rolled into one. Alright, here we go. Highway acceleration. I think that'll do. Wow. Okay, so you can't really exploit the performance of this thing on the road, it's fair to say. That was oh, that was great. That is just sensational. It's like a bloody jet turbine, people. That was awesome. If you've ridden 1000 before, it's probably not news to you that that's a lot of fun. But what I like about it is, it's not like the front wheel stands up as soon as you get on it. It just nicely increases the power to you, and then it keeps increasing, and you're like, is there any end to this? And well, not that you can find on the road, I don't think. If you're only going to use it on the road, this is going to be plenty of power. Alright, while we're stuck behind a couple of cars, let's talk about seating position. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm quite a tall chap. I'm 2 meters tall. I've got long arms and legs. So usually what happens is I find my reach to the bars is usually okay, pretty comfortable, but it's the leg room I struggle with. But on this bike, legroom's good. It's a neutral upright seating position, and then your legs they're tucked up a bit, and that's good. It gives you ground clearance. This is a sporty bike. You're going to want some ground clearance, but it's super comfortable. Coming off my sports bike, it feels way more comfortable than that. Yeah, this would be a really easy bike if you were just getting around town and stuff. But I feel like if you're getting around town on this, it's like a baseball bat when you need a pencil in terms of performance. This is ridiculous. I guess another interesting thing, the only other inline 4 I've ridden was a 250RR, which is a 25-year-old design. So it's kind of cool to see what a modern inline 4 feels like as well. I love how smooth they are. Now I'm going to try something a little different in my video today. I've got a nice high quality sound recorder with me, so I'm going to try and take a sound clip of this bike and give you guys a feel for what this K5 sounds like. So, there you go. What did you guys think? I love the rasp it makes. It's got a real metallic-y sort of bark to it. It sounds super cool. One thing I am noticing as the revs build, there is a little bit of vibration there from the engine. But I mean, it's not horrible. Okay, so I've banged on about the engine. We all know that that's a good motor. It's going to give you everything you need. What about the other stuff, the handling and the cornering? Well, what I'm noticing already is that these high handlebars give you tons of leverage, and so it feels very direct. Like you straight away, you apply that pressure to the handlebars and you get instant agility, instant maneuverability, which is, perfect for this sort of stuff where you're getting around a suburban area. You want to change lanes quickly, I can just go root. There we go, and it just feels easy. Alright, I've got nothing behind me. I'm going to give these levers a bit of a squeeze, see how they go. Interesting. So the brakes feel strong, as you'd probably expect from a pair of Brembos, but there's not heaps of initial bite. Like, it doesn't stand on its nose as soon as you apply the brakes. You've got to give them a good yank, but I like how there was very little ABS intervention going on, so it felt nice and controllable. And right, so first impressions. I mean, I really like it. It's got heaps of personality. It's noisy. It feels easy to throw around, get aggressive with. So I guess if you're looking at an GSX-S1000, what else are you going to be thinking about? You're probably going to be looking at like MT10, maybe an S1000R, something like that. Unfortunately, I've not ridden those bikes, so I can't really compare it. But what I do know is, in Australia at least, this bike's a whole lot cheaper than an MT10 or the BMWs. So if cost is a factor, that's going to be a real plus with this bike. It's a good two or 3 grand cheaper than an MT10. I'll come back to that. I'm just going to enjoy a bit of on-ramp acceleration first. Well, that was awkward. I kind of missed a gear change and it almost turned into a wheelie. But again, like, very controllable. Didn't feel that stressful, like anything was going to go wrong. Felt fine. All good. Sorry, but yeah, back to what I was saying. So if you're looking in this 1000cc naked category, I guess you've got kind of You got the Japanese competitors, you got a Z1000, and you've got an MT10. Or then if you want to go European, you've got, you know, BMW S1000, Super Duke, Tawono. I feel like this is a really good segment for road riders. This is like, you're just going to have so much fun. It's easy to deal with in traffic. This is so much fun and just easy to ride and comfortable at the same time. What a beauty. And I can see why people bang on so much about this engine. You know, it's a little bit vibey. It's a little bit, it feels a little bit harsh, like metallic. It's hard to describe. It's kind of noisy and chattery, but in a good way. And for a standard exhaust, it sounds awesome as well. One thing I haven't mentioned either is the gearbox is nice and slick as well. The gearbox just feels smooth, precise. It's not going to give you any drama. Alright, concluding thoughts on the GSX-S1000. Oh man, it's awesome fun. It's smooth, it's powerful, it's easy to use. I think this one looks good. And like I was saying before, the other thing that I think this thing's got in its favour is it's a couple of grand cheaper than most of its competitors. So there you have it, folks. My first impression of the GSX-S1000. What a cracker. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and tell me what else you'd like to see me ride. I can't guarantee it, but I will do everything I can to get it on the list. Thanks for watching, guys.